Holy crap. We found a match. Stormcleaver, there's a game. So we actually got a game. I did not expect this. You've beaten it handedly by completing it at level 1. Wow. That's disappointing, to say the least. For next April Fools, the matchmaker should randomly dump people into some speed dating sim. And it's this map. Adaptive
Is this your
Ndera.
speed dating sim? Problem with this map. I just remember the last time I played it, all of my teammates died.
I mean, you subsequently died as well. Yeah, I remember the difficulty scaling, the weird scaling of Oblivion. I'm sure I'll figure something out. If I can't figure things out, I'll just do subcom.
War game, Red Dragon. No, that's way too much. Way too much initial.
I've never actually played one of those things like the wargame Red Dragons or Armor.
There's an idea.
What, get me to play Armor?
Or mine.
You say the word Carmine and my brain goes to Per Aspera, which is an interesting game. Something I was interested in playing until I gave it a demo and subsequently did not like the game at all. I don't think I can recommend Per Aspera. Interesting story, it's just like a very poorly posited story, I suppose. So what do we have going on? Who we've got where? Stormcleaver, you're air. So you have a penchant for getting air, so I'm certain you like air. That's how my logic goes. And you cannot discount me. Should play a really old version of Where in the World is Carmen San Diego? Who is Carmen San Diego? Yeah, Oblivion did not age well. Yeah, I'm not American, I don't know these things. I don't even think I know who Carmen Electra is. It was an educational game from the 90s that to play as a thief based on... had to find a thief based on geography clues. Ooh, there's a thought. I wonder if Thief's still a thing. I think they remade the Thief game, didn't they? Like, the really ancient one from 2000s. Really ancient being the 2000s, yeah, right.
describing yourself as the really ancient one.
Don't you judge me.
It's like in the Strange movie, the ancient one? No, the really ancient one.
Yeah, I'm certain they did a remaster of it. And with like a 70% certainty. There's a reboot, but it wasn't safe for streaming. How can it be not safe for streaming? What did they do to it?
They added copyright music. They added socially unacceptable.
Oh, there's a
voice
bomber.
line.
Do you have anything for a bomber, perchance?
One interceptor.
It took up my radar. That faker.
Anchor?
You're required to spy on certain activities for clues. Oh, okay. Yeah, that would certainly make it not safe for streaming, and or not safe for life.
Well, that just depends on what the certain activities are. How could it be not safe for life if it's making new life? Bummer.
Like, there's something I find very amusing about pings, right? The guy pings me after I've started moving my units. And it's like, you're pinging me to come assist you after I've already started making the move to assist you. Like, my guy. I'm already halfway there. Let me get a land factory up on this flank.
You're supposed to be there before they arrive, you know?
Well, I mean, that doesn't always happen if
Simply
there's no
predict their
sonar,
movement.
there's no way to detect them coming.
Simply be better.
I had to explain that concept to someone the other day.
Wait, are you serious? What?
Someone was complaining, or someone was having a, I guess the best to put it as a bit of a pity party about issues they were facing in life, and they did the thing of saying, I'm sorry for always complaining, or I'm sorry for saying people don't, like, you know, don't care about me, or don't bad at me, blah blah blah, those sorts of things. And the thing is, the solution to that isn't be more apologetic, it's don't be sorry, be better. If you're facing an issue, yes, I know it's tough. Because that's how life goes. It's very difficult. But complaining and pushing away people who do care about you doesn't solve the problem. So stop telling everyone no one cares about you, because eventually no one will care about you. Don't be sorry, be better. There's also a lot of units on this island, and I'm not sure I like them. In fact, I don't have units on this island. And neither does our Cyan or Burgundy player.
Really, depression is also pretty hard to understand for most people without depression.
This is fair. Like, I'm not saying it's an easy case. In fact, I acknowledge it's very difficult. But it is. If you tell people no one cares about me, not only will you slowly start believing that yourself, but the people who do care about you, you're basically telling them that they're invalid. And that's the problem. You invalidate the people who do care. Oh, my engineers that were building power got killed. Or reclaimed, or something happened to them.
Maybe it had something to do with that bomber.
No, because that bomber came, like, the bomber was before, and then I restarted them, and then they stopped again. This is a weird mass of air in the center. Ghetto gunships? That's a ghetto gunship. I'm relatively certain. They also have a fair number of units doing unit things. Wait, that's a Sparky drop? Are we gonna catch that? I mean, I killed the air. I don't think I vibe with this map too much. It's a bit of a weird one. I can go. I'm actually going to reduce my production factories lower.
And Aeon, he got his power shielded. Well, that was an interesting drop.
Did they get anything from it?
They slightly inconvenienced me.
But they gave you mass. I'm more than likely going to need help on the top side Navy, and I don't necessarily know what there are to do in that regard. Suppose I have a cruiser. So come what may, that's something of value that wasn't lost. Who knows? That's your T3 error. 6 hours achieved. Yeah, we went for the full feature length. Oh, this can move. I did not know that was a factor. I didn't know that the Seraphim.
Yeah, they added it to the tier 2 Seraphim sonar.
Yeah, I did not know that. I knew the T1. I mean the T1. I knew the T3 could, because that's, you know, a feature of the T3. It's mobile. I didn't know that it was a feature of T1.
The Seraphim T3 sonar doesn't exist.
That's kind of what that's where I was going with. I knew the T3 could, but that the Seraphim don't have. I detect floaty bullshit. It would be a pity if I've got destroyers, which are pretty solid versus floaty bullshit.
Seraphim destroyers. It's great until they start moving across your line of fire.
I have been T3 scouted. I do not approve. Speaking of scouts, let's get some eyes on. Get some vision going. You really got me going.
What is Purple's ACU upgrading? He's UAF.
Bully nuke?
Your player getting a Billy nuke? Not the most fun. It's not the worst thing that could happen, I suppose.
No, my fragile sonar. It's actually not that fragile, never mind.
It's submersible.
The sonar? Wait, holy shit, it is!
Things that they added to try to make the Seraphim not absolutely garbage sonar. Whether or not they succeeded is up for debate, but this is the state of sonar.
I mean, that is a non-unnifty
Fairly strong
addition.
part. Actually fairly strong for people who just have their sonar as part of their navy.
I mean, like, that's a cool little something I can dig.
There's a quantity of floaty objects moving across mid.
What I want to know is, are they shifting T3? They don't seem to have shifted T3 in any case. He's gone T2.
Wow, he is expanding his air production.
Time for you to sleep. Sleep well. Sleep is good. I strongly recommend sleep. Eventually I should get that as well.
T2 Navy on the right side. You can tell because there's a cruiser and a destroyer.
I have 40 T1 interceptors. I don't think I need those.
I mean, you don't like torpedo bombers.
Yeah, you have ASF for that.
I'm gonna do a radar building expedition.
Where would you like me to do a radar building expedition?
If you could, that would be helpful.
Alright, well I'm building a radar. Do you want me to build a T3 radar? Or a T2 radar? Or T1 radar?
Anyone?
Well, I've got a radar in the middle.
The one that's being contested by floaty bullshit. It's going down. Don't see any difference in movement speeds. That might all be ASF. Oh. That was the thing. Tier 1 bombers. I don't have air superiority though.
You do not?
No.
Okay.
I have slightly smaller air. Yeah, slightly smaller. If he starts building something attack, I might be able to defend it at the cost of air.
I think I've achieved naval dominance to some capacity. There's a quantity of torps, but I have 3 cruisers. That's a lot of ASF. Okay, cool. He's fighting my interceptors on top of flak.
But then, interesting. Also a Cybern cruiser.
2 cyber
And
cruisers,
interesting.
but just the one. Oof.
Just one Cybern.
That's pretty rough. Not quite a fate worse than death, but that is definitely a fate.
Fate worthy of contemplation.
I have run out of power.
Liar. How much stuff did you just pop in that instant?
Pardon?
I tried to give you power, but you were full.
Yeah, maybe you, like, went into overflow mode or something?
I am overflowing 5,000.
That's why. I'm reliant on overflow.
Ah, so the moment I stopped overflowing, suddenly had no power.
Yes.
I see. Common situation.
T3 torps. Interesting.
Wait, tier 3 torps?
Yep.
Did he build those instead of strats by accident? That also means they have 2 people in there.
Not certain I'm winning this, naval engagement.
I'll give it away to 2 torps.
No, I did not win that. I was hoping I would, considering that.
That's the quantity of air. Okay, there's whalers. Or 1 gunship. The broadsword. That's going up against the cruiser. What an interesting decision he's made. Alright, yeah, they have 2 people in there. Oh, you know what? I know why I stopped overflowing power.
You went for your ass upgrade.
Yeah.
Yeah. Believe me when I say I did notice this factor. Oh, now we're pushing. Okay. The rest of the team realized that stuff is happening. Decided to assist with said stuff.
I have fairly low confidence in. Air's gone.
Hostile or friendly?
My air.
Okay. have a suspicion we might feel that air loss quite severely. Yeah, they're looking to snipe HQs. Nope, someone crashed or left the game.
Probably the sound of the red player leaving.
I mean, I hope not. He's under a large amount of defenses. Like, it kind of sucks he lost two T2s, or two T3 mexes, but hopefully. Chip behind. Oh. That's not what I expected, actually. Not at all.
I lost blue.
Yeah, that is possibly good for us. Possibly. Oh, we specifically tell our dog, no barking. The dog has gone out and barked. He's been ejected by someone already, so they're disconnected from each other. Behold the dog, she bark. She has been given reason to bark for some reason. She's been told not to bark, and she has decided, screw y'all in particular. I will bark. Right, there it is. Timer is finished. It'll be disappointing if this game desyncs. Alright, well. You missed her. Oh, that is a... That is a swarm of T1. I presume I would be accurate in stating that we don't have air control. I feel like this is indeed likely a truth. Oh my god, that is a quantity of Zooies. I appear to need several T2PVs. This is correct. These things would be so much better if they were gunships, but... take what we can get. Give nothing back. I wonder what the chances is in nuke out there. Okay, that was... I think they're trying to nuke my battleship. Yeah, they're trying to nuke my battleship. B5, you sunk my battleship. I suppose. How do I still have units on the island? Like engineers? He has taken an exception to the presence of my my units. I'm trying to get the cruisers under. I don't like whatever that is. Interceptors, never mind. That is less scary. I have so many T1 bombers. Holy cow. I need a new mouse. Mouse? New keyboard. My keyboard's lack of response to when I press my buttons is rather infuriating. Oh, that's a Tempest. That's Loki actually. What was that? Solid Snake has followed. Hello. Thank you very much for that. How you doing? I hope you're having a good evening. I hope you're having a good bath. That is, once again, a lot of top bombers. On my battleship. On my battleship. B5, you sunk my battleship. Did you? You didn't. Will you? Don't know, actually. Yeah. Oh, that's a Monkey Lord. We have an Atlantis. I think Atlantis speaks Monkey Lord. I don't actually know. In this specific instance. They don't do much versus T1. Well, T1 bombers don't do much versus a T3 HQ now, do they? I made him build a SAM. That's quite amusing to me. I wonder if I can push that. I probably can't because there's just a stupid number of frickin' like, why are there so many?
You need help with the Tempest?
Hmm?
You need help with the Tempest.
I can handle the Tempest if something can be done with the Zooies. The Zooies are applying pressure that I can't keep up with. Which is a statement I never thought I'd make in my life.
Fortunately, I'm Aeon, so...
So you have one of the worst gunships to deal with this.
Well, I technically have the best, but they're also expensive.
I think my Zuthus are better.
Well, yes, Seraphim has the best T2 gunship in exchange for not having T3.
And this does literally mean I just can't do anything about that flank. So I have to have my navy defending this.
I think your gunships will be able to blockade it.
Yeah. The two Tempests are heading right hand side.
I can offer one of the Tempests. Oh.
We have an Atlantis versus the Tempest. Not too sure who wins that one.
Game. My air blob's at 300.
That's a good value air blob. I'm actually just going to start
Well,
nudging forward with my my T2 beams. What are they called? My T2 PD, because that's probably the best for dealing with them. In all honesty, that or just gunships.
Seraphim TD is quite good.
Yeah, Serac T2 is very good versus this. This in explicit.
But I also have a solution at this point.
Now there's a bomber. Strap bomber. There's probably a nuke and I don't have an SMD.
You don't have an SMD?
I've been a little busy. I lost half my base to frickin' Zooies. I don't see a nuke, but that doesn't mean much.
Last scout was about 6 seconds.
They're going to go and try and kill your restorers. I have murdered their flock of torps.
How much of your fucking navy is cruisers?
There was a
Not
period of
that
time
much.
when I was producing only cruisers because they were needed.
Yes, that was very helpful.
6 of my navy is cruisers.
Oh, small.
I have 22 destroyers. Cool, I've killed an HQ. I'm running in my own Omni. I don't know if this means much for us, however.
If it's further ahead than mine is, then it's probably good.
There's a Yothatha in the middle. What is shooting me? Is that... What is that little plinky fire? They've pulled a T3 artillery.
What is it? Gentile.
Like, what? I'm just gonna underrun your units, my dude.
Aeon. Jammer is in last minute.
I don't know why they're targeting me down, though.
Where are they targeting it? I really don't know why they're targeting you. My air grid is quite large. I guess even if they target my air grid, I
This
still
is
have
a
lot of
heinously
air.
sluggy map. So the couple of times we've been on this map, I found it to be quite snappish, but
That's because half of our team collapsed immediately healthy.
I mean, I didn't. I
Yeah, that's why I
maintained for
said
quite
half
a
of the
while.
team.
Fair.
That's why I had
2 people collapsing is equivalent to half. This is true. something in the water, water. I don't know why. I guess I will die. Well, I got rid of their HQ.
Quite have enough damage to pick up.
Well, speaking of got rid of HQs, they got rid of all of my bull power with the...
You want some of mine?
what faction are you? You're all the same, aren't you the same faction? No. How are you supposed to give me willpower? You're a different faction. Seriously, I... Sent a unit. Huh, cool. I'm just gonna, like, move them northwards, you know that, right?
Yeah, their artillery's gone. He switched to artillery fire to my base.
Didn't he leave the game already? I could have sworn it said he left the game before that message came through.
He leaves the game and then his commander...
Oh, we've got our own T3 artillery. I see. Why?
Oh, there's a zappy boy coming across.
Why is there a satellite? I am so confused by these decisions that are being made. Hot single satellites in your area?
Where the fuck is it? That's a fat boy. Kelsey, do you know where their Novaks might be?
No, but I see a nuke. Yeah, do not have any eyes on. I know no possible location. There's no way
Well,
topside,
to the nuke.
do you think? Oh, right next to the
Next
nuke?
to the nuke.
Oh. Derp.
Then it's probably about to be gone.
I see you built me an SMD. I will not forget this kindness. I'm overflowing
Gone.
mass help.
Novak's also gone.
Halsey used the Aeon to build a Quanto. That was roughly the plan, but instead I started building other stuff instead. I still haven't finished my gun splash upgrade, so, you know, fuck.
I wish I wasn't Aeon right now.
Do you want Saratech?
kind of wish I was Cybern or you, yeah. Because then I would have more interesting T3 air ground attack options.
What are you talking about? You've got the best thing, the weird bomber. Like the point and click bomber. I don't know if point and click is the right word, but point and click bomber.
Well, if he wasn't concerned before, it is time for him to be concerned. And move that thing out of the water, whatever it is.
It's probably him. He is probably in the water.
Oh, we'll find out. Oh, it's blue.
It's dead now.
I mean, I guess I'll retreat over top of this base then.
They're building a Mava. Oh,
What?
there's he, by the way.
Okay.
I don't know why they're building a Mava.
That's not enough strats.
No, it is not. I don't think it's gonna matter, however.
Also.
Aha, finally all my engineers have like good orders. He's got a lot of flak, a lot of SAMs, so these gunships are gonna go to their doom. At least he knows that we know where he is.
I think the strats pointed that out.
Well, I mean, if they didn't previously, we've definitely alerted him to the fact that we know where he is.
ASF are fucking running out of fuel.
Then build a helipad thing for them.
I don't have enough pads.
Build more. Don't
I
just
really
sell
like
your-
how your label of nuke is still on it. It's a nuke, guys.
Well, I mean, look, the nuke's up there.
Also, I think what he was trying to accomplish with the nuke over there was to get it down around my front SMG.
Maybe.
Red has an SMG though, so. You got any mass?
Do you want mass?
I'll see if I can hit him with 30 strats.
You bet there's a comm in the water? No, the commander's over there.
Well, the comm in the water already got bombed.
Yeah, the comm in the water is dead. And I don't think this friend... This is pathable by the Monkey Lord. What? Oh hey, it's taken me 460 seconds, but I've finished my gun splash. Oh, he's dead. That was...
Still had... That was a game.
It's like, that takes care of the nuke.
Get the
It was
cyclone.
loaded.
What?
His nuke was loaded.
Huh. Cool. Have you looked at the cyclone of ASF?
Yes.
They
That is
are
indeed a
fun.
cyclone of ASF. Of very out of fuel ASF.
Hey, okay. There used to be about 80 out of fuel ASF, okay? It's down to like 20.
That's still
Most
a
of
large number of ASF out of fuel.
It's only 80 out of like 400, okay?
You have... Wait, there's 400 in there?
Yeah. 390.
Good God. It doesn't look like that many, but then you realize, I feel like them
You
building...
roll in and it still is very dense.
Them building a T3 artillery was the worst possible thing they could have done.
I mean, if you compare the size of his air grid to the size of my air grid, it may have been an overreaction for me to build as much as I did, but I won air.
I see your mass-based overreaction. Your mass fabs under shields. Please tell me that's on a, what's it called? Template?
What if I told you?
Ay ay ay. Oh, that was... I mean, that ended up being pretty solid, pretty fun. Good game, would recommend.
In the early game, mid-game, they had 2 people in air.
I was in their base for a little bit.
Yes. And
Huh.
then the second air built T3 torque bombers. It was also an interesting decision.
Don't build T3 torp bombers, guys. Stormcleaver running away with that mass shot.
What? I only had 1 base.
You had like 700 income though. You were... Actually, you were second, but like second in mass. But 20k above... Or
Second after the guy with 2 bases.
after the guy with 4 bases.
Ah, right, yeah.
I wasted mass. I wasted 2000. Absolute sadness